Hey everyone, how are you? This is Elisan and super excited to be with you all today in the first module of the School of PhiLOVESOULphy. Yay! So I want to bring you a message today, and I have been shown why most people are not getting their results as soon as possible or as quickly as they would desire it to be. The reason is because I was shown this scenario where this is your situation, this is your goal, and this is the universe, yeah, and this is where you are. So imagine everything in between is your junk, right? And you obviously have to work through your junk before you can get to your goal. So why is it that most people don't get what they ask for and they actually get what they don't want? So this has got a lot to do with past experiences, because it's easier to believe that you don't deserve it because based on past experiences, it's easier to believe that that is true. And if you look at your life, and there aren't many evidences that proves that you can get exactly what you want and exactly at that moment. So your mind is trained to believe into the negative thinking. So this is exactly what is done, and most people lack patience when it comes to manifesting. Although in this time right now, the veil is getting thinner, you get to manifest as quickly as you want. However, what's in between this is stopping you. Alrighty, so this is what happens. So you make a decision, you are so excited about this goal, and here you are, right? And then you move 2 steps and you're like, oh my God, it's not going as fast as I want, and God is not wanting me to have it because it's not coming closer to me and this and that. So you make a change, and so now you're here. And right now, what is left here? There is no more energy in front, and then it disappears. And so now there's another goal right here, right? And then you make another step, and then you're like, oh my God, it's not going as quickly as I want it to be. God is not wanting me to have it. And then you move, and then you change. And as you move further backwards, because this proves that you are right about your past experiences, that you're not meant to have this, and oh my God, and all the belief system is now strengthened. Now you're further away from your goals right now. However, and then this repeats, right? What happens is, in reality, when you stick to the guns, when you stick to the goals, when you decided on this thing that you want, right? And then you are here. What happens is, as you move, right? Whatever that's going on in between, it's going to be amplified because it needs to be cleared. So there may be a resistance, like, right, to me, and then you might be dancing, but this goal will not move. What happens is you then move backwards, and then the distance seems like it's further apart again. But that's not the truth, that's further from the truth. However, if you stick to the goal and you move forward, your goals will move forward with you and approaching you. And then the same cycle happens. Oh my God, I'm not meant to be. But then you don't believe into this story right now. And then you move forward and your goals move closely. And then, oh my God, I'm not meant to happen. Remember, you self-sabotage yourself and it goes backwards. And this stays. However, if you stick on to the goal long enough, this is what will happen. And then you move forward. And in the book, what's the book? Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill said people are 3 feet to goal, and this is exactly what happened. This is your 3 feet to goal. And it's exactly at this point where most people give up, because at this distance, it could be a long period of time. It could be 6 months, it could be 3 years, or whatever it is, right? Depending on how long you remove this junk here. So at this point, you decided, oh my God, I'm not going to do anything and I'm going to give up. A lot of times, this is what they call the self-sabotage moments. And they're like, oh, I'm going to give up and this and that. But what happens is when you move forward, you go healing, and you must recognize that, and you must understand that it does not It doesn't have anything to do with how much money you have in your bank account. So the next question is, how do you then get rid of the survival mode instinct? Well, the first thing to know is to actually recognize that you are in survival mode. To actually deny that you are not in survival mode is just sweeping the dust under the carpet and hoping that it would just disappear, which it doesn't. It's like, you know, the pink elephant in the room, right? When I say don't think about the pink elephant, you think about the pink elephant, right? So the first step to healing yourself is to recognize, and it may be painful, but it is crucial that you recognize that you are in survival mode. Secondly, what are you tolerating? Recently, I put a post up in the group saying that people should stop asking themselves, what do I want to do if I have all the money in the world? I think the practical thing is you already know what you want to do if money is not an issue. If you keep asking yourself this question, then you are keeping yourself in fantasy mode. Then there is no action that comes out of it. So you already have those secret thoughts in your head like, oh, I wish that I had an easier life and all that sort of thing. So the thing is to actually acknowledge those secret thoughts, acknowledge them, and don't make them wrong, because they aren't. They are your desires, right? And so first of all, obviously, you recognize that you are in survival mode. Secondly, then you ask yourself, what are you tolerating in your life? Because you get what you tolerate, right? Tony Robbins said that. He say that all the time. You get what you tolerate. What are you tolerating because you think you don't have the money? Now, I'm not asking you to go ramp up your bill right now and go buy that $1 million mansion or buy the Ferrari car. Because the truth is, if you don't get out of the survival mode, even if you have $10,000 right now sitting in your bank account, you will still feel like you're like, oh my god, I don't have enough money. So the next thing is to actually work on your abundance mindset, because obviously you are looking at lack, right? You are seeing lack through your projection, through your perception. Therefore, you are unable to see the abundant lifestyle that people are having or you can have. So this is what I did, and this is something that I also invite you to do. Write down all your secret desires. Write down everything that you judge about people. So let me give you an example. So I didn't marry a rich man, but I was taught to marry the rich man. So as a result, I judged all the women who married the rich man. Like, why could they have this lifestyle? Why could they have it easier? Because the truth be told, we all want an easier life, right? Why do we have to hustle and slog and that kind of thing, while some women just sell their body and, so to speak, right, and they have it easier? And I used to judge these women like to the core. So what you judge, what you resist is what you actually desire. So I woke up one day and like, you know what, it's too tiring to judge them. Why don't I just admit that I actually want that lifestyle? I mean, not that I want it through a man, but I just want that easier way out. You know what I mean? So when I actually acknowledge it, then I shine some light to it and I can actually see what I truly desire. I desire to walk into a luxury shop and just drop $5,000 without thinking. I know, like, I used to judge it so much, but this is what I truly desire, right? So why am I dishonoring myself? All right? So I invite you to write down all your secret desires. You know them. I mean, you've been sleeping with them, and I invite you to really write them all out. It's really fun. So this is part of, if money is not an issue, what would you do? Now, most people are afraid of this because now I'm aware, oh my god, then I actually have to do something about this shit, you know? So whether the money shows up for you, that's irrelevant. The first part is to actually acknowledge those desires, because you're not making them wrong. It's just there, right? Then you start working on your abundant mindset. Now, I know you may be like, oh, I think I'm abundant. I know I'm abundant. Then why do you harbor these thoughts, right? So again, awareness is key, all right? Stop lying to yourself. You can lie to me. You can lie to anyone else. But if you choose to lie to yourself, then God bless you, because nobody can help you, all right? So the first part is really creating that awareness and acknowledging it, alrighty? Then once you write that all down, you get the first and second step. The third step is to start changing your perception from lack to abundant. I know you're not actually bringing that idea into reality. So you must learn how the successful people manipulate and leverage on money. They have loans, they know exactly to pay off this and that, they know. So you have to be very comfortable with money and talking about dollar and cents as well. So it's not about irresponsible spending. It's like, oh, I'm just gonna take the loan and I don't know how long I'll pay it off. No, no, no. The successful people, the business people know exactly how long they would need to pay it off, because there's interest, there's this and there's that. So it's not airy fairy stuff. You have to be intimate with your money. So be intimate with money, and be comfortable with this, and learn from the successful business people how they deal with money. Ask them questions. So I would surround myself with millionaires and I would ask them questions. I don't care if I look stupid or not, but I would ask them questions. How do you make your millions? How do you spend money? And I would observe how they would spend money. I mean, they know exactly where their money is going to. It's not like, oh, I have a lot of money, I'll just go. No, it's not that. They are very conscious about where their money goes to. So surround yourself with, go befriend a millionaire and sit them down and ask them questions. I mean, ask a millionaire who has a life that you did want and ask them questions, right? About how they spend money, how they feel about money. And all of them would tell you money is a tool, and they are emotionless with money because they look at the end result, like, which is the profit and the result. So focus on the result. If you're going to focus on the interest and how much you're going to spend, you would never spend the money, because you get scared, right? Like, oh my God, I have to spend $500,000 to do this project. Well, look at the building you're in right now. Look at the car that you're driving or whatever it is. Someone had the idea and they invested in it, therefore you can buy it, and then they made a profit. If they were so afraid of the process, you wouldn't be able to be in the building or drive that car that you are having right now, right? So focus on the bigger picture. The details is important, but focus on the big picture. Okay? I mean, if you're gonna think about, oh my God, I'm gonna spend $99 on this program, and if you're gonna think about what you will lose, then you're never gonna enjoy what you will gain in the process. This is life, right? I mean, we all have to spend money. I mean, as a business owner myself, sometimes if I want to spend money, I'm like, oh my God, not again. But I have to talk myself through it. Like, if you don't do this, then you don't have good quality videos, and then you blah blah blah. I'm like, you know what? So I'll just spend it. You look at the ROI. So for a business person, ROI is very important. The return on investment. So you focus on the return of investment and you ask yourself, is this worth spending? And what is my return of investment? And are you happy with the return of investment? So if you run a business, you have to familiarize with all these terms, profit and loss, and be okay with loss as well, because this is part of business. All right? And learn to differentiate investment versus debt, because they're very, very different. All right. So what's the best money receiving tools app that includes autopay I use in Moonplug? For me, PayPal. I mean, PayPal does everything. They have a subscription button. They have everything. People can unsubscribe themselves. You can subscribe people in, and you can have a link, and they have a button for you to. You can create your own very nice button. So for me, PayPal is it. Excuse me. So what are the things you do to protect your vision mindset when things haven't manifested yet? Ooh. So, as women, and if you are in a community, you tend to be really excited to tell and share your ideas with everybody. So what I've learned is that I will not share my idea with any girlfriend who doesn't get it. So we have different groups of girlfriends, right? Some groups are for just, daily catch up gossiping, and some girlfriends are from the past. Some girlfriends are like your accountability partners right now and all that kind of thing. So, and then you have the Facebook and you have social media. So, what I realized is I would choose who to share my ideas or my vision with. If people don't get it, and even with family members, there's no point in telling them. What's the point in telling them? So ask yourself, what is the point in sharing your ideas with them? So ask, what is the intention? What is the real intention, right? If your real intention is like, I'm super excited, I want to, I don't know, like, what you got to ask yourself, what is your real intention? If there is no need for this group of people to know your vision, then why share with them? So there is a person or someone that you should have that could bounce off ideas with you. They get you, they get your business, they understand your mindset, they really know you, and they are on your side, and you can trust them to tell you the truth. You need to have someone like that, right? So if you were to tell just your family member, usually they don't get it and they'll start like, oh, why are you doing this? You should be doing something else. And if your mindset is not strong, or if your vision is not strong, or if you're not even sure this is something that you want to do, you will be disheartened. So choose who do you want to share this message with. Really, really choose. And like I say, you need to have someone, a coach, a mentor, an accountability partner where you can bounce off ideas of a higher frequency and they know they're on your side so that they can give you ideas like a mastermind group or whatever, like a group like this. You know, everybody's on the same path and share it with them. However, there are also shiny object syndrome, the bright and shiny object syndrome.
You ask yourself why I'm a victim, then just, what are you going to get? More victim. You're going to get more victimized, right? So it is your duty. It is your duty. Your duty to stop tolerating and get to that pissing point. Okay? Okay. So are there any questions? Please go on and type them in. So when I say I want to lose weight, it's not that I want to be like the Kardashian body, that kind of thing. I just want to be healthy, and feel good about myself. Is there an element of vanity in it? Yeah, for sure. I'm a woman. I love being beautiful. I love it. So why judge something that you desire? Long time ago, I used to do nails, but now I decided to not do it because it's just a lot of chemicals going into my body, and this is something that I choose not to do it. But when I was in my low self-esteem side and I was seeing everyone have nice nails, and because I was broke at that time, I felt like I couldn't afford the nails, and I just told myself that I couldn't afford it and I could use the money for diapers and milk powder and that sort of thing. But my truest desire was to have nice nails. I ignored it, right? And so that's self-betrayal, okay? And it's actually like, what, $30 to get your nails done. I didn't even want to spend $30 to, take care of myself. So it got to a point where I'm done looking and observing other people's nails and wishing that I am the one who's having it. I did it. And when I did it, life started to change for me. My business grew and everything. So just one thing that you change for yourself and you honor yourself. Like I was in Hong Kong the other day. I had this huge, massive shoulder ache, whatever you call it. And I know better now, and I just told my friend I need a massage right now because I know my body desperately needs it. And I said I need a massage. I desperately need a massage. And is there anywhere else in this place? I was living near the hotel. I was living near the airport that does have this massage. And she's like, no, I don't think so. But there is a lady that could come to our room. And I'm like, cool, let's do it. And she came and she massaged me. There was so much pain in my body, literally pain. And I'm like, can you just not do it so hard? It's like, no, I can't. Your body is all tight and there's just so much stuff stuck there. And she, oh my God, and I woke up with bruise. And I'm like, halfway through the massage, I told her, I felt like telling her, I'm done. I can't take this anymore. I want to give up. And I know unconsciously, and I know consciously because I was telling myself, if my body needs this and it needs to release the pain and whatever energy, then I have to just suck it up and deal with it. And the next day I felt so good about myself because the body is looser, and she's right. She's the expert, right? She just knows my body is just so tight. And so, your body's your point of attraction. Why am I being so cheap with myself? And you know what? I actually did. I was actually having cheap thoughts like, what? This amount? Well, it's just too expensive. And I'm like, Elise, stop it. You deserve it. And it's not that expensive. And you can absolutely afford it. Why are you doing this to yourself? That cheap talk. So we do sabotage ourselves like this, and you know what? It's really out of fear. And the reason why I'm having these cheap talks with myself is because I remember the pain of having $1 in my bank account, and I no longer want to do that, and I just start hoarding my money, and that comes from lack. So even today I have lack mentality, and because I'm a human being, and you know, we all have this ego, and the ego has this ability to remind you of the pain and of the past. And so then you must be quick and sharp and brave and strong enough to override that thinking. Just stop it, will you? Like, it's not like you have $1 in your bag now and you can absolutely afford it. Can you just imagine how comfortable and good you feel after the massage? To be honest, I thought it was going to be the nice spa massage thing, but this massage was, oh my god, it was worse than giving birth. I swear I was screaming, literally screaming. And because it's like deep tissue massage. Oh my god. But will I probably do it again? Yes, I will, because it feels so good, you know. So that's what it is, and I feel really, really good about myself. And so therefore you need to do whatever it takes to feel good about yourself. You need to be selfish in order to be selfless. Now, if you don't have like $200 to splurge on a massage right now, go for a $50 massage. Go for a $10 massage for 5 minutes or 10 minutes. You know, start taking that action. Start taking that action as you already had the money. How would you live? Because let me tell you, it's a habit. It's literally a habit. And I told myself, you know what? Even when I have $1 million, this is how I'm going to think. Is this how you want to think? Like every day stressing and hoarding money?